Welcome students. We have started one chapter, namely pair of linear equation in two variables, which is chapter number 3 of your book, right? And we have solved till exercise 3.5, and we came to know about how to frame pair of linear equation in two variables, how to solve pair of linear equation in two variables by different algebraic methods, such that as like method of elimination, method of cross multiplication, and method of substitution, right? So we have completed till exercise 3.5, and now we have the last exercise 3.6. Okay, in this exercise what we are required to do, first we are required to reduce the given equation to a pair of linear equation, then we are required to use any algebraic method in order to solve them. Okay, so see, sub part 1, sub part 2, sub part 3, they are not in the proper form or general form of the pair of linear equation. Okay, so to make them pair of linear equation, or to make them in its general form, we are required to use suitable substitution. Okay, so after taking suitable substitution, this given equation will convert or will reduce into a pair of linear equation, or general form, into a general form of the pair of linear equations. So let's solve. Let me tell you which question I am going to solve. I am going to solve sub part 1, then sub part 4, and then we have sub part 8. Okay, so with the help of these three questions which I am going to solve, you will be able to solve rest of the sub parts. Okay, now see, we have one more question here in this exercise, question number 2. In question number 2, what we are required to do, first we are required to frame the given the given question we have. First, what we are required to do, first we are required to frame the pair of linear equation and then find their solution. That means by any algebraic method we need to solve that. So from question number 2, I am going to solve sub part 2 and sub part 3. So let's do. So equation reducible to a pair of linear equation in two variables. First we need to reduce the equation into a pair of linear equation, then solve. So see, sub part 1. In sub part 1, these two equations are given. 1 by 2x plus 1 by 3y is equals to 2. 1 by 3x plus 1 by 2y is equals to 13 by 6. So what suitable substitution is required to convert this equation into the general form of the pair of linear equation? So we need to take 1 by x. I have taken 1 by x as a and 1 by y as b. These are the required substitution. Okay, now after taking 1 by x as a and 1 by y is equals to b, now tell me what equation 1 and 2 will become. So from 1 and 2 we have, so it will become, as 1 by x is a but 2 is there in denominator. See, 2 is there in denominator, so it will become a by 2 plus b by 3, right? Similarly a by 3, because here 3 we have also, so a by 3 plus b by 2, because 2 is there in denominator. Okay, so I have taken LCM between 2 and 3, 6 is the LCM, and after cross multiply I got equation 3. Similar thing I have done with this equation and I got equation 4. So now equation 3 and 4, see, equation 3 and 4, it's reduced, equation 1 and 2 reduced to equation 3 and 4, and equation 3 and 4, see, they are in general form of the pair of linear equation. Now we are able to solve these two equations. So from 1 and 2 I have written equation 3 and 4. From 3 and 4 I have written the two equations. Now I am going to use method of elimination in order to solve these two equations. So I have multiplied equation 3 with 2 and equation 4 with 3. Why? Because if I multiply equation 3 with 2 and equation 4 with 3, coefficient of b will become same. Sorry, coefficient of a will become same, right? So see, 6a, and after elimination I got b is equals to 3. After that, what we are required to do, put the value of b in either of the equation 3 and 4. So I have put it the value of b in equation 3. So b is, after putting the value of b, I got a as 2. But we are required to find x and y, not a and b. So what was a? We got a as 2, but a was 1 by x. So 1 by x is equals to 2. Then what is x? X is equals to half. Similarly, what is b? B is 3. So 1 by y is equals to 3. What is y then? Y is 1 by 3. So this is how we solve pair of linear equation by taking suitable substitution. Okay, because after reducing, they reduce into its general form. Now see part 4. So these are the given two equations. Now tell me what necessary substitution we are required to substitute here. We are required to take here. Tell me. 1 by x minus 1 and 1 by y minus 2. This is what we are required to substitute. So I have taken this one as a and this one as b. So after taking this a and b, now tell me, equation 1 and 2 will reduce to what? How they will look like? So it will become a 5a plus b, because here 5 is where? 5 is there in the numerator. Where is 5? 5 is there in the numerator, right? And this one is only b. 1 by y minus 2 is b. So it will become 5a plus b is equals to 2. Similarly, from equation 2, we will get 6a minus 3b is equals to 1. Now see equation 3 and 4, they are in general form of the pair of linear equations. So we can solve these two equations by any algebraic method. I am using method of elimination. So after multiplying equation 3 with 1 and equation 3 with 3 and equation 4 with 1, see the coefficient of b is same. Okay, so b be eliminated, a is 1 by 3. Similarly, I have put the value of a in equation 3 to get b. b is 1 by 3. So a is also 1 by 3, b is also 1 by 3. So what was a? A was 1 by x minus 1, right? So after cross multiply, x is 4. Similarly, b is 1 by 3. What was b? b was y by 1 by y minus 2. So after cross multiply, what is y? Y is 5. Understood? Now let's do subpart 8. First you need to think which term you are required to substitute. First of all, these two equations are not in general form. Otherwise, you will initially apply the method and solve the equation, right? So tell me, see this one in bracket, this one in bracket. See, this term and these two terms are same. That means here we are required to substitute 1 by 3x plus y and 1 by 3x minus y. So I have taken this one as a, this one as b. So after putting these two terms as a and b, equation 1 and 2 will become what? See, from 1 and 2 we have this full term is a now. This full term is a now. So it will become a plus b is equals to 3 by 4. Similarly, here we have 2. So it will become a by 2, right? And this one will become b by 2 is equals to minus 1 by 8. See, this I got. So I have multiplied this with 4. So it will become 4a plus 4b is equals to 3. So here I have taken LCM 2 and after that I got equation 4. Now see, equation 3 and 4, they are in general form. Now we can apply any of the method to solve for a and b. So from 3 and 4 we have this. See, equation coefficient of a as well as coefficient of b, both are same. So we can eliminate any of them. So I have eliminated b. So I got 8a is equals to 2, a is equals to 1 by 4. Now put the value of a in equation 3 or 4. I have put it in equation 3. So after simplification, b is 1 by 2. Now again do resubstitution. Now a is 1 by 4. What was a? A was 1 by 3x plus y is equals to 1 by 4. So after cross multiply means this 4 will multiply with 1 and this 3x plus y will multiply with 1. So we have equation 5. Similarly, b was half. What was b? b was 1 by 3x minus y is equals to half. Cross multiply and got equation 3. Now see, after resubstitution in the previous question, right, we got the value of x and y. But in this question, we got another two equation 5 and equation 6. Again we are required to solve these two equations. So from 5 and 6, we have this 3x plus y is equals to 4, 3x minus y is equals to 2. So initially here we are not required to multiply equation 5 with a number or equation 6 with a number in order to make any of the coefficient of x or coefficient of y same. Here already it is same. So y eliminated, 3x give you 6x, x is equals to 1. So put the value of x in either of the equation 5 and 6. I have put it in 5. What is y? Y is 1. So this is how we generally solve equation by taking suitable examples. Now let's do question number 2. First read the question number 2 sub part 1. What is the question? Sub part 1. So what we have? One person is there, Ritu, and what she is doing? She is rowing. Where? Down the stream or downstream. How much distance she covered? She covered 20 kilometer. And how much duration she has taken? She took 2 hours. Okay, so Ritu can row downstream. Let me tell you what you mean by downstream. Downstream means with the stream, with the current, with the same direction of the current, right? That means downstream. So Ritu is rowing downstream 20 kilometer in 2 hours, and upstream means against the current of the river, right? Upstream, how much distance she covered? She covered 4 kilometer and took 2 hours. What we are required to find? We are required to find what was the speed of her rowing, right, in still water, and speed of the current. So let's do this sum. Whatever we are required to find, here we are required to find speed of the rowing in still water and speed of the current. So let the speed of the rowing in still water be x kilometer per hour and speed of the current be y kilometer per hour. Now let's see. Here we have the solution. So let the speed of rowing in still water be x kilometer per hour and that of current, that means speed of current, be y kilometer per hour. So now let me tell you what will be the speed downstream. What will be the speed of rowing downstream? Downstream means with the stream, with the current. So when someone is rowing with the direction of the current, then what will happen? The speed of rowing and the speed of current will be added, right? Suppose I am rowing with the speed of 3 km per hour and the speed of current is 2 km per hour and I am rowing in the same direction, so I will get help of the current as well. So with my speed 3 km per hour, 2 km per hour, that is the speed of the current, will be added because I am going in the same direction where the current is flowing. That is why speed of my rowing and speed of the current will be added. Okay, but when I am going upstream means against the current. In that case my speed will decrease. Why it will decrease? Because I am going against the current, opposite to the direction of current. So in that case what will happen? My speed will be reduced by the speed of the current. That is why x minus y. So speed of rowing downstream, that means with the stream, is x plus y, and speed of rowing upstream will be x minus y. Now